Good evening. I'm Jessica Moore.
And I'm Christine Johnson. Let's begin with that breaking news that happened in Brooklyn, and it is heartbreaking. A 7-month-old baby shot and killed.
It happened just after 1 o'clock this afternoon in East Williamsburg. Allie Bauman is live with details. Allie, just a real tragedy.
It's really hard to even believe, Jess and Christine. The mayor and police commissioner are expected to give an update here any minute. Sources tell us that the mother was pushing that 7-month-old baby girl in a stroller here when witnesses heard around 2 gunshots ring out. The family, we're told, then ran for cover in the corner deli here, and that's when they realized that baby was bleeding. Now, CBS News New York has obtained this surveillance image of the 2 suspects on a scooter. You can see one with a gun drawn. That's at the scene here on Humboldt and Moore Streets just after 1 p.m. That same scooter was believed to be found abandoned about 10 blocks away a short time later. Police say that 7-month-old baby girl was rushed to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead.
I thought it was fireworks, but then it hit me in my leg. I got like little metal pieces on my leg, and then the kids started ducking in the corner. Then nobody seen the people, so the family continued to go to the store, and then that's when the mom started screaming when she noticed the baby was bleeding from his head, and the baby was lifeless. Rushed to the hospital. They just ran out, and the father picked up the baby and ran to the hospital.
And police do not have a motive at this hour. They have not made any arrests. But again, we're expecting an update from Mayor Mamdani and Police Commissioner Tisch any moment. We'll bring you those updates as soon as we can. We're live in East Williamsburg. Allie Bauman, CBS News, New York.
Thank you, Allie. And it sounds like the presser is starting right now. You see the mayor walking up with the police commissioner to talk about the investigation into this tragic shooting of a 7-month-old baby girl just being pushed in her stroller. Let's listen in.
Good afternoon. Earlier today, a 7-month-old baby was shot and killed on the corner of Moore Street and Humboldt Street here in Brooklyn. A life that had barely begun was taken in an instant. As we grieve this loss, I am grateful for the NYPD's continued work to find all those responsible for this murder and to bring them to justice. I want to commend the swift response of the NYPD and the first responders who so quickly arrived at the scene, the hospital workers who did all that they could. And I want to thank all those who are doing everything they can to bring answers to this family and to this city. There are no words that can mend the heartbreak this family is feeling now. No declaration strong enough to lift the grief they are now forced to carry. No embrace wide enough to heal the hole that has been left in their lives. That sorrow is only deepened by the fact that this is not the first family in our city to know this pain. Too many children have never grown up into becoming adults. Too many parents have had to bury those that they love the most. We cannot accept this as normal in our city. We cannot grow numb to this pain. And today is a devastating reminder of just how much more work there is to be done to combat gun violence across this city. I send my deepest condolences to all those carrying the weight of this enormous loss. Let us recommit to building a city where no parent has to endure this kind of a tragedy, where no family knows the anguish that this family here in Brooklyn is reckoning with today. Thank you, and I will now pass it over to our Police Commissioner, Jessica Tisch.
Thank you. Good evening. Today, our city suffered a horrifying, senseless tragedy. A 7-month-old child being pushed in a stroller along a busy Brooklyn sidewalk was shot and killed in broad daylight. This is still an active investigation, and the information that I'm about to provide is preliminary and it is subject to change. This afternoon, at approximately 1:21 p.m., the 911 call center started receiving several 911 calls from the vicinity of Moore Street and Humboldt Street in the confines of the 9-0 precinct in Williamsburg, reporting a child had been shot. Argus video recovered at the scene showed 2 males on a moped driving northbound on Humboldt Street against traffic at 1:16 p.m. As they approached the intersection of Moore Street, the male sitting at the rear of the moped can be seen taking out a gun and discharging at least 2 rounds towards the southwest corner. On that corner, were several adults, as well as 2 strollers and several children standing nearby. Our 7-month-old victim was sitting inside one of these strollers when she was struck. The baby was taken to Woodhull Hospital by private means and pronounced at 1:46 p.m. Officers from the 9-0 precinct responded to the scene and immediately established a crime scene. In the time since, investigators have recovered video showing the suspects drive their moped out of 24 Humboldt Street in the Bushwick houses just minutes prior to the shooting. Additionally, as a result of an extended canvass leveraging both Argus and private cameras, officers recovered the moped 5 blocks west of the shooting on Warsaw Place and Flushing Avenue. The moped has been secured and is currently being processed by our crime scene unit. After the shooting, video shows the moped continuing northbound on Humboldt Street. Video then shows the scooter crash into an oncoming car at Manhattan Avenue and Siegel Street, 2 blocks from the scene, and both men are thrown from the scooter. The rear passenger lands so hard on the pavement that he loses both of his shoes, which are later recovered by police. This vehicle collision corresponds to a 911 call placed at 1:25 p.m. requesting an ambulance for an injured male. The rear passenger was then transported by EMS to Brooklyn Hospital. Investigators believe that this male fits the description of our shooter based on both clothing and appearance. The male is now in custody on an unrelated investigation, and detectives are working to determine his possible involvement in this shooting incident. The outstanding suspect still being sought is a young male described as wearing light gray pants and a white T-shirt with a black surgical mask over his lower face. He was last seen fleeing towards the Marcy houses. Right now, he is the subject of a massive NYPD manhunt, and all New York City police officers have a very clear picture of this outstanding suspect on their phones. In addition, NYPD bloodhounds are currently working to track his movements. If you have any information about this incident, anything at all, please call 911 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. At this time, this shooting is believed to be gang motivated, with the victim being an unintended target and no gun has yet been recovered. This is a terrible day in our city, a tragedy that truly shocks the conscience. As a mother, I cannot imagine the pain that this family is feeling or the grief that they now carry with them. It is unspeakable. NYPD detectives will work tirelessly to seek justice here, but right now we are a city in mourning. More details will be provided as we have them. We will now take any on-topic questions.
Commissioner, you mentioned the individual you have in custody right now is known to you from a prior case, and you believe the incident was gang motivated. Chief, is the individual you have now in the hospital that you believe connected to this, is he known to be gang, and what gang violence is indigenous to this area?
He's known to be a gang associate from the Marcy houses. The investigation that we have him in custody for right now is to a domestic violence related robbery.
What I'll just say is my thoughts today are both with the family that has suffered an unspeakable loss and an appreciation of the swift and continued work of NYPD officers who not only responded to this, but have also ensured that that is an investigation that is ongoing to find every single person responsible for this. And I'm appreciative of that work because it is what keeps New Yorkers safe in the city.
We have uncovered at least 2 shell casings so far. There may have been more, but that is ongoing. And no information at this time about the intended target.
All we have is the father grabbed the child. The Woodhull Hospital is right down the block you see here, and that's how the child was brought to the hospital. As far as the perpetrators, they kept fleeing north on Humboldt. They made a left on Siegel, got to Manhattan, and then they were involved in that crash.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for your time. Thank you.